Sensei Thomas Goode explaining the value of courage. And courage is doing things that must or should be done even though you are afraid to. So I'm going to come up with an example real quick, and let's say that a house is on fire and that a firefighter comes by, because they were called. And firefighters, let's say that it's one that's been doing it for years. And so he's not as much of afraid of the fire. He has reason to be afraid of the fire, but he's not too afraid of the fire because he's done this before. Okay? He's got some fear, but not as much as someone that hasn't done it before. He goes in there and rescues some people that are having trouble seeing because of smoke or whatever, and brings them out. That takes a bit of courage, and it took him a lot of courage to get to where he is now, at being a firefighter. But if you take someone that isn't a firefighter at all, and they come by and they see that the house is burning down, and they know that there's people inside, and they go in anyways, even though they're quite afraid of fire, that takes even more courage. That makes them even more brave. And let's say that someone that's particularly afraid of fire, they're just really afraid of fire, and they see a house burning, and there's people in there, and that they're dying, and there's smoke, and they think that they'll be able to get in there and show them the way out, and they go in there anyways. That takes even more courage. So courage is doing something even if you're afraid to do it. It doesn't mean that you don't have any fear. It means that you have fear, that you're afraid of something, and then you do it anyways. That's not easy to do. Okay, going to a martial arts class, let me explain what a breakfall is in case you don't know what it is. Breakfall means that you make yourself fall down in class, but you move your arms, your body, and your legs in a way to make it so when you hit the ground, it doesn't hurt very much. And so you practice this, and so you're ready when someone pushes you, or if you trip and fall over, that you're able to hit the ground in a way that doesn't hurt too much. Now, to practice this, some people are just fine doing it because they've already done things like it before, or just for some reason they naturally aren't afraid to do it. But then you get a lot of people that are afraid to do it because they're afraid that while practicing to keep themselves from being hurt while they fall down, that they're afraid that they're going to hurt themselves. But if they practice it anyways, even though they're afraid to do it, that shows a bit of courage. And if they're really afraid to do it, but they make themselves do it anyways, that takes even more courage than that. And if they do it in a way that as they're falling on the ground, even though they're afraid that they're going to hurt themselves, and they try to catch themselves, what you don't want to do, you don't want to throw your arms under you and try to catch yourself before you hit the ground because it end up hurting your arms. If they do it the right way, even though they're afraid, that takes even more courage, and then they become better at it.